dear audience. Hope you will be fine. In this short video, we would be talking about grounded theory. Actually, the students of research are confused about the grounded theory, whether it is a theory. And in almost all researches, we come to know that this research has used the grounded theory. So a lot of students remain confused about the grounded theory. Means what is the grounded theory? And one of my colleague just asked me the question that to me the textual analysis is a method, not a theory. She was asking about my opinion about this. Definitely, I agree that there is the difference between data collection and the grounded theory. There is the difference between textual analysis and the grounded theory. So today we first would be talking about the grounded theory, then the differences between the textual analysis and the textual analysis as a method and grounded theory as well. So grounded theory is basically a systematic methodology that has been largely applied in qualitative research conducted by the social scientists, and the theory is basically grounded theory is the theory which evolves through or after the data collection. So definitely data collection is an initial step which helps in the development of a theory. uh, if we talk about some other theories, for example Marxist theory that was given and proposed by Karl Marx. And if we talk about psychoanalytic theory that was given or proposed by Sigmund Freud. So that was a proposed theory, psychoanalytic theory. It might not be a grounded theory. Marxist theory, as it was proposed, was more a philosophical theory, so it might not be the grounded theory. Grounded theory is that theory which is established out of a data in its social situations. Uh, in the grounded theory, first the data is collected and responses are the real situation, real life situations are kept in mind, and a researcher comes to a conclusion after the analysis of that data, and then he establishes a theory. You may in simple words can that any new theory which comes out of the responses collection, tabulation, coding of a data is called a grounded theory. So I myself have this is very interesting. I myself have some question. uh, that philosophical theory, though it might be on some social situations, uh, means for example, Marxist theory talks about the money and the resources, unequal distribution of money and resources in the society. But it was not on the basis of some collected data. It was not developed on the basis of some experiments and observations as well. So grounded theory comes after observation and implication of some hypothesis, uh, and their testing as well. There is the possibility uh, 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 hypothesis may go wrong as well. For example, if our hypothesis is proved right, then it also helps in the formation of grounded theory. But if our hypothesis go wrong the other way, it also helps in the establishment of a grounded theory. For example, uh, what is the only difference between the grounded theory and the philosophical established theory is the actualization, social context, socialization, social implicature of that data. So what we do, for example, if I'm going to do the feminist analysis of a particular text, then I would be taking the theory and then I would be applying it on some textual analysis on some text. This would not be a grounded theory. As I took an established theory and I applied that theory on a particular text. But if I collect the data, I do the textual analysis, I do the proper codification of that data, and then I come to a point of theory, of understanding, that would be the grounded theory. So the answer to our question, which we started at the start, is that textual analysis is a method, not a grounded theory. I agree with this, that textual analysis is a method, not a grounded theory. But textual analysis as a method may result to a grounded theory. So it's very interesting and tricky question, that yes, there is the difference between textual analysis as a method and a grounded theory. Grounded theory is basically the like the chicken which comes out the collection of eggs of the data collection. I hope that it would be making you clear. So the features of grounded theory are basically, first, it involves some hypothesis. So is it that we go without a theory for our hypothesis? Definitely, we have some our understandings. They might be the rationale. They might be coming out of our some other theories as well. Uh, uh, Means the grounded theory is not the testing of an existing theory, but it is an evolution and development of another theory. But even our those hypotheses, those our method of data collection would be controlled by some sort of a reason, some sort of hypothesis, some sort of immature theory or understandings. So the features of grounded theory are the data collection and analysis occur simultaneously. While in that established theory, first we have a theory and then we collect the data. And in the grounded theory, first we collect the data and do the analysis, and after that comes the theory. Then we categorize and we do the apply the analytic codes developed from the data, and then pre-existing conceptualization not to be used. We do not test our uh, pre-existing conceptualization, but we apply our pre-existing conceptualization to some extent. This is known as the theoretical sensitivity. Then theoretical sampling used to refine the categories, then abstract categories constructed inductively, then social processes discovered in the data, and that social process and the collection of data helps us in establishing our theory. Then analytical memos means analytical techniques are used between coding and writing, and then categories integrated into the theoretical form, and ultimately that theoretical form is established, which may be named as the grounded theory. So, what do the researchers? They basically use that the grounded theory has been used. This is very easy for the researchers to make a claim. As here, you might be understanding that the grounded theory, we the researchers cannot develop the theories so easily out of our data. But as the researchers claim that my this understanding, my this opinion is based on the grounded theory. So every researcher, more or less, by the end of his conclusion of his research, claims that this data has established a grounded theory. Uh, Theory is the great, more umbrella terms, more than theoretical frameworks can be that. So, if we take for more our understanding, if we take into account that every research is an extension of some variables, We had applied some variables in our previous researches, then we add another variable, and that may lead to another understanding of established theories or theoretical understandings and theoretical conceptions. So, to some extent, researchers might not be the liar, they might be the contributor to the grounded theory as well. For example, even the theory of Marx, uh, that was not so evolved, that was not so revolutionary as it has come out of evolutionary process. Means the after the theory of Karl Marx, the people have been working on it, they have been applying it on the data, and they have been adding new lens and new theoretical frames, new theoretical canons and understanding to that theory. So, to that, the evolutionary process of a theory enables or helps in the grounding of a theory. I think everything is clear. This is a very interesting question. So I agree with one of my colleague that data collection is a method. It's not the grounded theory, but data collection enables and helps in the formation and grounding a theory. With this, goodbye.